Hello and welcome. Thank you for coming to chair yoga tonight. So we're just going to move through some breathing techniques and some simple movements, and really when you combine breath and movement together, it takes you out of your head and really allows you to bring your attention into your body, into your heart, kind of out of the mind, right? So we're going to do some deep breathing to begin. And the deep breathing is to help you to center. There are so many benefits to conscious breathing, right? Because we obviously are always all breathing. But when we take our attention to that breath and that movement, we increase our energy, we lower our blood pressure, we increase our circulation, we take excessive thinking out of the mind. It helps us to ground and to become calm and to be peaceful. So every day I encourage you to take some time, close your eyes, do some deep breathing, and notice how that changes the way that you feel. You can't help but feel lighter, less stressed, definitely more peace. So I want you to be comfortable. Ideally, I hope you're sitting in a chair. The purpose of chair yoga is to be seated in a chair. So I'm just going to encourage you to bring your hips towards the edge of the chair. And we're going to move while we breathe, which is just helping, again, our awareness come into the body and out of thinking. So a little bit of space between our feet and our knees. We still want to create length in the spine. So we have this lumbar curve that we're trying to alleviate just by dropping the hips back or engaging a pelvic tilt. Of course, the rest of the spine is long. Taking your shoulders up towards your ears, reach them back behind you and then let them drop down. To take that cervical curve, dropping the chin and pulling the head back slightly, just to create as much length in the spine as we can. So this was taught to me by a student of a fellow yoga teacher. So Tabitha Hastings, her yoga studios in Highgate. One of her clients she comes to both of our yoga classes, Lisa McMillan, I'm sure some of you know her. She taught me this breathing exercise via Tabitha, so I want to share this with you. It's really encourages a very peaceful feeling, but it opens up all the energy channels, so all the different directions of movement, which just helps the body work better. So we've got a little bit of space between our feet and our knees. There's no tension in your jaw. Your shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. So just taking a couple really quick breaths just to get the lungs ready. We're going to bring our hands together in front of the body in prayer position. So the thumbs kind of coming towards the chest. Shoulders are relaxed. So we're going to bring movement into this breathing. So as you're breathing in, I want you to elevate the hands above the head. So breathing in, the arms elevate and frame the head. As you're exhaling, the hands come away from each other. Nice and soft on the elbows. They come back into prayer position. From prayer, you take a breath in. And then when you exhale, we're going to come forward, just taking our hands towards the floor. If you can reach the floor, you go right ahead and take yourself all the way down to the floor. We're going to take an extra breath there. And then after that second deep breath, inhaling back to a seated position, the hands come forward as we exhale. And we inhale, bring the hands back to the body, lift your shoulders towards your ears, drop them down. So I'm going to breathe really loudly so that you can hear me, and that'll cue your breathing. So we're all going to be moving in different speeds. Go at your own pace. So hands together in front of the body, and let the shoulders relax, let the jaw relax. I can see you smiling, Lisa. Here we go. So breathing in, elevating. Exhale. Take a breath in here. Exhale to the floor. We're going to take an extra breath while we're here. So as you're inhaling, you lift back into center. Exhale, the hands come forward, pushing that energy into the room. Breathe in. As you bring your hands back to the body, the shoulders elevate. Exhale, release the shoulders down. So we're going to go through again. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to breathe loudly so that will cue you. So just follow along as best as that you can. Hands come together in prayer. Go ahead and say one for me, please. Take a breath in. Here we go. Extra breath at the floor. Breathing in. Exhale forward. Take a breath in. Shoulders to the ears. Exhale down. Take an extra breath here. Breathe in and elevate. Breathe in. Exhale floor. Extra breath here. Scooping that energy up to the heart. Pushing that energy into the room and beyond. Inhale, come back to the body. Shoulders to the ears. Release that down. Take an extra breath. We're going to go through this one more time. Here we go. Elevate. Extra breath. Bring it back in. Shoulders to the ears. Drop it down. Woo! A little bit lightheaded, I'm not going to lie. Just pausing, breathing, and bringing that breath back to its natural movement. Just holding the hands at the chest. Shoulders are relaxed, jaws relaxed, just encouraging you to give yourself about 3 or 4 more deep breaths, bringing that breath into the nose and targeting the belly. Feeling the chest expand as you bring that breath into the top of the lungs. Exhale and let everything soften down. So we're just breathing. We're going to let our hands release away from each other. Just bring them out to the side of the body. Just rolling the wrists at the side of the body. Just noticing how you're feeling. You definitely can feel an increase in the circulation. Your heat is a little amped up. And we're going to roll the wrist in the opposite direction. Woo, I can't tell if it's the heat's up in here or if I'm having a hot flash, but whatever's happening, I am warm. So we're going to let that cool down a little bit, bringing the arms down beside the body. I want you to take your shoulders up towards your ears, holding there. I want you to feel the contrast between this tightness and this release. So all day, every day, release. Let the shoulders relax. Unclench the jaw. Constantly reminding yourself. So we're going to take our hands to our thighs. I want you to just have a little bit of softness in the body. We're just lifting one shoulder towards the ear and bringing it back down, but we're kind of twisting the torso at the same time. So we're just bringing a little bit of movement to the body. We're going to start to roll the torso. So coming forward, reaching out to one side and just rolling the torso. Reaching in all directions as deeply as you can. Really give your body an opportunity to move. Even though we're rolling the torso and you can feel this in the waist and the hips, still getting some movement, a little bit of movement in the knees and in the ankles. We're going to change directions and I'm going to challenge you to slow it down a little bit. Really take your time and notice what your body is cueing you. Are you feeling any discomfort or pain? I hope not. Hopefully you're feeling just some gentleness. So we're going to come back to that center point. We're coming into that center point, just keeping your hands on your thighs, shoulders relaxed, unclenching your jaw. Just take your attention down to your feet. I just want you to lift up the front of the feet and then drop them down and lift the heels. So you're just going to go back and forth between those points. We're just bringing gentle movement to the body to help get ready for some more dynamic movements. So we're going to let that go. I want you to just bring your feet and your knees a little closer together. We still want a little bit of space. You're going to take your right knee, just drop it in towards the left. Watch your knees though. As we move through this program, let's change sides. Really be cautious of your body. Anything that causes an adverse reaction is a loud and clear message to you that you need to stop doing that. Always soften the knees. When we're doing any forward bends, you want to really protect the knees. They've got a long haul throughout our life. And so we're going to bring that to a neutral position. We're going to bring our feet and our knees a little closer together. Just checking in with your structure, making sure you have that pelvic tilt nice and long in the spine, that crown really lengthening towards the ceiling. Hands on the thighs, we're going to take our attentions to our shoulders. So that right shoulder is going to lift up towards that ear, and then we're going to take it towards the left knee. So you're folding forward slightly and reaching that shoulder. So you're really opening up the upper back on the right side and the lower back on the left side. Of course, you want to keep breathing. We want to constantly bring that breath in. We're going to lift that shoulder back towards the ear, roll it back and down. Left shoulder elevates up to the left ear, reaching it forward towards that right knee. You can really feel that left hand kind of pushing into that left thigh to help support this position forward. Breathing in through the nose. On those exhalations, you can exhale out the nose or the mouth, whichever feels better for you. We're going to change sides. Each day or each breath, really, you could change that. You have to do kind of what your body's guidance system is asking for. That shoulder comes to the ear, we roll it back and down, lifting that left shoulder to the ear. You're folding it forward towards the opposite knee and breathing. Lifting that up and out. And we're just going to lift our shoulders to our ears, roll them back and down. Just continue to roll the shoulders. And we're going to let that movement go. I want you to take your hands in front of the body. So we're going to take the palms together, the fingers together. Then I want you to bring your fingers and your thumb and tuck it in. We're going to elevate our elbows to the height of the wrist. And you want to have space between your hands and your body. You want to have a little bit of space there. Okay, so we're going to drop the heels of the hands. This is a very minute movement, but just that little drop, you'll feel a deep stretch in the wrist and in the thumbs. This is for all you knitters and crocheters, sewers, any crafting, even computer work. You know, our wrists really take a beating, so we're giving them a nice stretch. We're going to let that soften, lift the hands in front of the face. The elbows are coming together. So don't fret if you can't get them together. Just bring them as close as you comfortably can without any adverse feeling, right? We still want to have softness in the jaw and in the neck. The shoulders are still down away from the ears. Breathing. If you've got a pelvic tilt engaged, you'll feel those abdominal muscles activate and help support this position. Breathing in through the nose, exhaling out of the nose or the mouth, whichever feels better. We're going to start to elevate the elbows away from the body, drop the wrists down to the height of the elbows, and then let them lower. With them in that position, we're going to point the fingers towards the body, so the heels of the hands pressing forward into the room. Then we're going to just let the palms come away from each other. Take your arms out to the side of the body. We're going to stretch them back behind. So you're coming to the width of the shoulder, and then you're going to reach that back. Turn your palms to face into the room, and then turn the palms to face the ceiling. We're going to elevate, so lifting those arms up beside the ears, okay? Lengthening. So what I want you to do here is soften the shoulders a little bit, soften the elbows and the wrist, lifting that right arm, stretching it towards the ceiling, feeling that all the way from the hip right up into that wrist. Breathing, stretching long, creating some space. We're going to bring that to the center and lift the other side. So opening up the left side of the body. So anytime we're working with the side of the body, we're kind of encouraging fat deposits to get the hell out of town. So reaching with that right hand, lengthening. I'm not saying that you have that issue, but I know I do. That left arm lifting and elevating. You can feel that right arm soften and come to the center. Always checking in with that pelvic tilt, keeping those abdominal muscles active. So we're just going to go back and forth, and then we're going to really soften that. Let the elbows and the arms soften, coming down beside the body, creating some movement in the sides of the body. So much so that the elbows are coming right down to the torso, and we're just breathing here. Woo. We're going to let that go. Take your arms down beside your body, lift your shoulders up to your ears, roll that back and down, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then let that soften. Lots of softness in the neck and in the jaw. We're going to just take our attention to the neck. So I want you to really pay attention to your alignment here. The chin drops down. We're going to pull it back. We're going to bring our chin forward. Oh my God, this is such a tiny little movement. It feels so good just to bring the chin towards the chest, stretching those muscles, creating some space in the vertebrae. So with your chin forward, I'm just going to encourage you to reach that left ear over towards the left shoulder. Keep your breath moving. Coming back into that neutral position or that center position, then we'll take the right ear over towards the right shoulder. I feel like I should have somebody like playing guitar in the background. If you can think of anybody that would like to be that in the background of our yoga class, I would encourage that. Come to the center, take your shoulders to your ears, reach them back behind you, drop them down. Taking your attention to your structure. Check in all the time. Let your shoulders soften. Let that jaw be soft. We're going to take our attention to our legs. So we want to maintain that pelvic tilt to keep those abdominal muscles active. We're going to keep our right foot flexed. We're going to lift our right knee up towards the torso and then just drop it down. So what I want you to pay attention to is that torso. If you feel like you need support, hold the side of the chair, and that will help you to elevate. So we're going to just go back and forth. Our foot is staying flexed. We're lifting the knee towards the torso, really using those abdominal muscles. They're active to help support the lower back. So we're just going to go from side to side. Nothing too complicated or difficult, but man, it just feels so good. Our bodies love to move. They love to move. So we're going to come into the center. Here we go. Taking your attention to that right leg. I want you to bring that right leg into an extended position. So remember to soften your knee as you need to. So either hand on either thigh, checking in with our structure. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders. We're going to take our hands to our knees, breathing in, lifting long. Exhale, you want to come forward, keeping your spine nice and long, and we're going to let that right hand move down towards the ankle or the lower leg, the toes, taking yourself as far forward as you feel like you comfortably can, as long as you're maintaining length in the back of the body and paying attention to that knee, okay? So you take yourself as deeply as you can. When you come forward and you still feel like you need more, if you take your elbow and just draw it down or release it towards your leg, it will deepen that stretch just a little more, really feeling delicious. That whole leg is getting a stretch. You're feeling this down the back of the body. The crown is reaching into the room. That arm is lengthening. We're creating some space in the shoulder. We're going to lift here. So I want you to take your attention to that right arm. We're going to lift it to the height of the shoulder. So it's going to come to the height of the right shoulder. Reach into the room. Still feeling that leg is getting a stretch. Always softening the knee if you need to. We're going to move one more time. So taking your attention to the opposite foot, push into that left foot to lift the torso back up to seated, checking in with your structure. That right arm reaching towards the ceiling. We're going to add another piece. So you're going to turn to the right. That arm is going to drop down behind the body, sweep across the side of the chair to come forward. Voila! Here we are back at the beginning. We're going to pull that right foot in. And we're going to take that left foot out. Do the hokey pokey. Well, maybe we'll do the hokey pokey later. But right now, we're going to have that left leg forward, checking in with the structure. Either hand on either thigh, nice and long in the back of the body. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, we're coming forward, lengthening over top of the thighs. That left hand naturally wants to move down towards the ankle, the foot, the toes. You take it as deeply as you want. I know if Lori Bateman was here, man, that girl can fold right in half. She's got the most flexible hips and knees and spine. It's beautiful to see. So breathing while you're here, lengthening that leg. If you need deeper, that left elbow, you're just taking it towards that lower leg. Man, it just makes the sweetest difference. Breathing. You want to bring that breath in. We're oxygenating all of those muscles that we're targeting. We're getting ready to add. So we're going to lengthen that arm, bring it up to the height of the shoulder, stretch it into the room. Really feel that arm elongating. Still feeling that stretch in the leg, the back of the body. Really just an overall left side stretch. Breathing, breathing. Let's push into that right foot. We're lifting up to that seated position. I'm readjusting that pelvic tilt. We're going to turn to the left. That arm drops back down beside us. We come forward. We're back at the beginning. So we're going to go into that again. Knees are side by side, heels are side by side, structure in the body, taking that right leg forward, okay? So that right leg is extended. As we come forward, if you need to soften your knee, please pay attention to your body and honor anything that doesn't serve it. It will tell you loud and clear, I don't want to do this. It don't feel good. What is an adverse reaction? Pain, discomfort, dizziness. Okay, here we go. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, we're coming forward, lengthening the spine over top of the thighs. That right hand wants to naturally move down towards the lower leg, which deepens that fold forward. Checking in with your knee. If it's okay, keeping that leg as straight as you comfortably can. That right hand comes down towards the lower leg to deepen. And breathe, really feeling that breath coming into the lower part of the lungs and filling into the chest. Your body loves this increase and intentional pull or bringing in of oxygen. We're going to elevate that right arm. It's going to come up beside the right ear. Push the left foot to the floor. We'll come back to that standing position, re-engaging our structure, twisting to the right, that right arm dropping back behind and sweeping forward. Woo! How you feeling, girls and boys? We're going to engage that pelvic tilt, create that structure again. Letting your jaw relax. There's no reason to hold any tension here or here. We're letting everything soften. That left leg is coming forward. Pelvic tilt, breathing in, lifting long. Here we go. Stretching forward, lengthening the spine as you come forward. The crown, the top of the head is reaching into the room, not our nose. If you have your head in this direction, then you're losing the length in the spine. So we want to be looking towards our unpedicured toes and breathe. Always bringing that elbow to the lower leg if you need deeper there. Geez, this feels good. Your legs love this. Our bodies love to stretch and breathe. We're going to elevate. So that left arm comes up to the height of the shoulder. We're going to stretch it into the room, push into that right foot, lifting to seated, re-engage that structure, twisting to the left. That arm drops back down behind the body. We're going to sweep it forward, bringing your feet and your knees side by side. Just rolling the shoulders. Just bringing a little bit of movement into the arms and the shoulders. Let's take it in the other direction. We're going to come up to standing. So I want you to come to the right side of your chair. So you're going to bring yourself to the right side of your chair and you're going to stand about the length of your foot away from the chair. So the chair is here for support. It's here for balance. And it actually helps us to deepen the pose. So we're just going to take our weight into that left foot. The right foot is going to cross over. So that position really is determined on what feels good for you. Ideally, your thighs are together, the feet are together. You can already feel that structure in the lower body helping to support freedom of movement for the upper body. So my thighs are together. I'm intentionally clamping them together. Glutes are tight. Turn that right hand away from the body. Breathe in and bring that arm up beside the ear. Lengthening. Stretching towards the ceiling. That left shoulder's released. Take a deep breath here. And we're just going to fold to the left. So you're just reaching that right arm. Keep it glued to the right ear and folding to the side. The chair is there for balance. If you want to challenge yourself, then that hand comes away from the chair and just rests against that left thigh. Of course, I can hear you breathing. We're not folding forward. We're keeping the body open. Breathe. Doesn't that feel good? Your body just loves this so much. I mean, when do you do this? It's not like you're in the kitchen chopping up peppers and the next thing you know, you break into a side bend. We're going to release that arm down beside the body, unfold the feet, and we're going to walk ourselves to the other side of the chair, measuring 1 foot length away from the chair. Crossing the left foot over the right this time, feeling your lower body tighten up so the upper body has freedom of movement. Here we go. Structure. Turning that left palm away from the body, bring it up beside the ear. So lengthen here, lifting that left arm, feeling that left side of the body opening. The hand is on the chair for support and balance. Breathe in deeply. Exhale, reaching over to the opposite side, stretching. Keep that arm glued to the air. If it's elevated, we're kind of losing a little stretch for the side of the body. You can feel your hips kind of pushing out away, helping to create more space in the body. Taking all those little fat cells out of the side of the body, out of the elimination system. Be gone. We are going to breathe in, lengthen, reaching that left arm out to the side of the body. Unfold the feet. We're going to walk to the opposite side of the chair. We want to do it one more time on each side. So measuring, crossing, activating. That palm turns out. Breathe in. Arm glued to the ear and breathe here. Challenging yourself. That arm is released from the chair, but if you need that support, and that's not a problem at all, it's not taking anything away from the stretch. It's just creating an element of balance. I can hear you breathing deeply. We're going to elevate, so lifting, and you're going to stretch that arm out to the side of the body, unfold the feet, and we're going to walk to the other side of the chair and balance ourselves out, measuring, crossing, activating, balancing. Turn the palm out, breathe in, lifting, lifting, exhale, reaching over to the opposite side. That arm is glued to the ear and the chair is there if you need it. And breathe. Really lengthening, stretch, keep that space open. Breathe in, elevate, plie. No, just kidding. I'm not even sure what a plie is. So coming out, we're just going to shake that out. So we're going to stay at the side of the chair. So have a little bit of space. We're going to bring our feet towards the edge of the chair. And I want you to just bring your hands down onto the seat of the chair. We're going to engage a pelvic tilt or a pelvic tilt, whichever one's easier for you. Looking down towards the chair, that's how we know that our neck and our head are in alignment with the spine. And we're just going to walk our feet back. So just walk back one big step. And so there's a little bit of an angle between the ankles and the the ankles and the hips. And we want to lessen that. So we're going to push our hips back. So we're kind of leaning. I think I'm out of the frame here. Leaning and creating a nice long spine. If you prefer to use the back of the chair, your body's just not into deepening that or folding that deep, you can use the back of the chair. Softening the knees when you need to. You don't have to have straight legs. Breathe. Doesn't that feel good? Your body just loves this lengthening, stretching, opening, creating space. We're going to soften the knees here, and I want you to take your attention to your hips, and we're going to move our hips to the left, so you're just reaching them to the left. Take about 2 or 3 breaths here. Can you feel that opening the side of the body? We're going to come into the center, re-engaging that pelvic tilt, just checking in with our structure. The knees are a little bit soft. We're going to reach the hips to the right. Give yourself some deep breaths. Coming to the center, we're going to soften the knees and then just slowly Elevate the torso, walk yourself back to the chair. So whether you're at the seat or the side, it doesn't matter. Just coming up to standing for a few moments. Just give your legs a little shake, shake out the arms. We're going to go in again, and I'm going to just do a few more things with you in that position. So bringing the hands down onto the chair. Woo! Just folding each knee back and forth before we move in. And then we're going to walk back. So you're going to take your feet one large step and then push the hips back so you kind of are folding your head down in between the arms. So if you need the back of the chair, you're welcome to switch to the back of the chair. From here, what I want you to do is you're going to deepen that bend in the right knee and keep that left leg as long as you comfortably can. Breathe there. That knee can be soft if that's what you need. Lifting into the center, straightening that right leg. The left leg is going to fold. Breathing deeply. Feeling that in that hip flexor on the opposite side of the body. So as that left knee is folded, that right hip flexor is getting a stretch. Breathe. Changing sides. Let's give 2 or 3 breaths on this side. Coming to the center, changing sides, that knee is folding, the opposite leg is as straight as it comfortably can be, and breathe. We're going to start to elevate. Slowly, you're going to walk yourself back towards your chair. Take your time as you come up to that standing position. Just pause for a moment. Notice how you feel. You can feel that lightness in the body and in the head. You're feeling clearer, more focused, less stressed. It feels good. So I'm going to invite you to come back into the chair. So we're going to bring our hips all the way to the back of the chair. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Take your legs forward and reach your arms behind you. So you're kind of lifting the shoulders up and back. So those arms can be up at the height of the shoulders. They can be down lower towards the waist. Maybe you need a little chiropractic adjustment. Bring them up beside the head. Kind of keep your chin forward though. We don't want to crook the neck back too far. And just stretch, 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 stretch. Let that go. That feels good. So just pausing for a moment. We're recreating that structure. So pelvic tilt, lifting long in the body. Take your right hand. We're just going to lift it up onto the left shoulder and just let the elbow fall to the body. Relax your jaw. Let that go. Relax the shoulders. And we're going to lift that elbow. So you're going to bring your elbow up to the height of your shoulder. Then you're going to move it forward. Maybe I shouldn't be wearing black and white. Lengthen that forward. Just that tiny little movement. Feeling that shoulder open up. I can hear you breathing. Feeling the back of the body expand as you take that breath in. And we're going to bring our chin towards our chest. So you're going to bury your head in between the arm there. Take some deep breaths. Woo! As you lift the head, the elbow releases down onto the body. We're going to let that right hand release away from the left shoulder. That left hand lifts up onto the right shoulder. Lift your elbow. It's coming to the height of the shoulder, and then you're just lengthening it forward, creating more space here. Opening up, and we're going to bring our chin to our chest. Give yourself some deep breaths. Breathing in, you can feel the belly come forward as you take that breath in, and you can feel the belly pull towards the spine as you express all that air out of the lungs. We're lifting the head, letting that elbow release, drop that shoulder. Let's roll the shoulder out. Let's roll it the other way. Letting that go. I want you to come forward in your chair again. Okay. So taking your attention to your hips. So you're just going to rest your hands on your thighs. Pelvic tilt is engaged. The shoulders are relaxed. You're going to lift or lean into your left hip, lifting the right hip, and then you're going to take your knee forward and pull it back. Drop it down. Change sides. So that left hip lifts, knee comes forward, so the whole hip is coming forward. Drop it down. Changing sides. So we're just moving back and forth. We're just letting the hips know that we're going to do something a little bit more dynamic. So we're just kind of bringing our attention to that space. And it's a happy space. our hips are happy, especially when they're moving and stretching. If you're a runner, a jogger, a hiker, you will just naturally have tight hips just from that motion of walking. So we're going to loosen it off. So 2 options here depending on your flexibility. So you're going to take the left foot into the midline of the body and cross your right ankle over top of that left ankle. If you have more flexibility, you're going to bring your right ankle up onto your left knee. Make sure that that left ankle is under the left knee, okay? And supporting this knee if it needs it. Pelvic tilt here. Drop the shoulders, relax the jaw. Take a deep breath in. You're going to lift long in the body and start to fold forward. So you're coming over top of that thigh. So this might be it. This might be where your body goes, man, that feels good and I don't need to go any further. If you want to deepen, you keep going, folding yourself forward and looking towards the floor. That's how you'll know that your neck and your head are in alignment with the spine, okay? So if you're forward, you still need more. You've got, man, your hips are wide open. You can bring your arms down in front of the body. That will deepen that stretch in the hip flexor. There is not a hip flexor stretch that is deeper than this. You can't get the same stretch in standing or lying down seated. This, in the chair, this is the best. Breathing, you want to bring that breath in. Why? Because we're bringing that oxygen into that targeted muscle, helping to stretch, elongate, nourish, repair, whatever it needs. Breathing. Unclench your jaw. Take that tension out of the shoulders and the brow. We're going to start to elevate. So when you lift up out of this position, I want you to take your hands around the knee, just pull it in towards the body and let that foot go. And if you've just got your ankles crossed, just unfold that. We're going to do the other side. So either that right foot comes into the midline and cross the ankle over, or that left ankle comes onto the left knee. Checking in to make sure that the knee is stacked over top of that ankle. Alignment, I cannot tell you how important alignment is. Pelvic tilt, shoulders down. Take a deep breath. We're folding forward, holding that ankle in position if you need that, supporting the knee if you need that. Folding forward, looking towards the floor. Deepening is just bringing your arms, and some people can touch the floor here. They can bring themselves so far forward that they can actually touch the floor. If you have no cushion in the front, you'll probably be able to fold deeper. Wherever you are, just breathe there and just enjoy that hip flexor stretch, really giving that hip an opportunity to open. And why do we want that? It helps when we have flexibility in the body, it increases our agility and helps to prevent injury. Breathing. We're going to slowly come out, and when we do, we're going to take that knee and fold it in towards the body before you bring it down. And when you do, just pause here for a moment, close your eyes, bring that length into the spine, just notice how you're feeling. The whole body is really alive and active and feeling good. We're doing really simple movements, but they are very effective for helping the body to just feel good. And who doesn't want that? We're going to take that right ankle onto the left knee again, or crossing the right ankle over top of the left. Pelvic tilt, shoulders down. Take a deep breath here. Fold forward. Ooh, doggy, that feels good. We're gonna, if you want to deepen, those arms are coming down in front of the body. Give yourself some deep breaths while you're here. Really letting your body enjoy that stretch, enjoy the opening in that that hip flexor. You are getting a stretch in your thigh as well. But our focus is really that hip flexor. Breathing while you're here. Really let that oxygen rush into that area. We're going to elevate. So nice and slow, you're coming back to seated. Take your hands around that knee, fold it into the body, and let that come down. Noticing how you're feeling. We're going to change sides. So the ankle crosses the ankle, or we lift that ankle onto the knee. checking to make sure that that right knee is over top of the right ankle. Pelvic tilt, drop your chin, take a breath, folding forward, coming down into this delicious forward fold. If you need deeper, the arms come in front of the body. Can you just take that tension out of your jaw? Just let it relax. Let yourself really target the hip flexor and take tension out of the feet, out of the knees. Just breathing here and enjoying this stretch and openness for the hip flexor. We're going to start to elevate nice and slow. You're coming out. Take your shoulders to your ears. Roll that back and down. We're going to lift that knee in towards the body and just let that slide off. Take your feet and your knees away from each other. Dropping down onto your elbows. Take your fingertips together in front of the body. Just pausing for a moment. I want you to just sway your knees from side to side. Close your eyes for a moment and just check in with yourself. Notice how you're feeling. You can definitely tell that there's an increase in your circulation. Your mind is start to slow down and really become aware of the body and its needs. Our bodies need to move. They love to move. They love to dance. They love to exercise. They love to stretch. We're coming into the center, just lifting yourself back to a seated position. We're going to just bring our heels underneath our knees and our knees coming forward from the hip. We're going to bring in a pelvic tilt, lifting long. Take your right hand. You're just going to bring it behind you. You're going to hook onto the chair or just hold the side of the chair. Okay? So we've lost our pelvic tilt. We're going to re-engage that. Breathe in and lift. Exhale, you're going to turn to the right. Take your left hand to the outside of that right thigh. And you're kind of using your hands to deepen that twist for the body. We're looking out to the right. Can you just drop your shoulders a little? Maybe take some tension out of the jaw. And just keeping your head looking to the right unless you need more. If you need more, you're turning your chin towards that right shoulder. So as soon as we do that, we create tension in that left shoulder. So just encouraging that to soften down, giving yourself about 4 or 5 really expansive breaths. Breathing into the belly. Feel that breath lifting up into the chest, expanding the torso. There is a limit on that expansion because of the twist. We've kind of cut off the lower part of the lungs, but we can still breathe deeply. The head is going to come to face forward. We're going to release the arms. The torso is going to fall around. Take your hands down to your knees. Round your spine. Take your chin to your chest. Oh, it feels so good just around the body. Take those vertebrae away from each other. Stretch the muscles. Lifting. Take your shoulders to your ears. Roll them back and down. Re-engage that pelvic tilt, lifting long in the spine. We're going to take that left hand, just bringing it down onto the side of the chair or hooking onto the rung of the chair. Pelvic tilt, lifting, twisting. And that right hand is going to move to the outside of that left thigh. Drop that right shoulder, looking out to the left. And if you need more, turning to look over that left shoulder and breathe here. Only taking this as far as your body is willing to move. Breathe. We're coming out. The head is coming around. The torso follows. Hands reach down towards the knees. Round the back of the body. Chin to the chest. Stretching. Rounding the spine. We're going to lift to seated. Take your shoulders up towards your ears. Roll them back and down. We're going to scoot towards the back of the chair again. Take your legs forward. Roll your ankles. Let's roll them the other way. Take your arms and reach them back. Roll the wrist. Let's roll the wrist the other way. And then we're going to give a big stretch. Oh, your body loves this. So just bringing your arms into the position that feels the best for you. Let's let that release. Okay, so we're going to use the back of the chair for comfort. We're going to do just a little breathing exercise to close the class. You're going to take your fingertips together. We did this at the last class. This is called a mudra, or a seal of energy. This is the Hakini mudra, which means wholeness. So we're bringing ourselves to a state of wholeness, homeostasis. There's lots of nerve endings in the ends of the fingertips. So when we join them together, it creates a circuit of energy, makes this circle up into the nervous system. So it helps to calm the nervous system. It sends a message to the brain and to the mind that all is okay. Everything's okay. I'm okay. Everything is okay. So if you're ever worried, or you're with somebody that's kind of moving into an anxiety attack or a panic attack, this is what you want them to do, this Hakini mudra. So fingertips together, letting your shoulders relax, let your jaw unclench. Go ahead and soften a little. Close your eyes. I want you to bring your breath in through your nose and draw it down into the belly, then feel it lifting up into the chest. When you exhale, you'll feel the chest soften, and you'll feel that belly button pull back towards the spine, which encourages that deep breath to come back into the lower part of the lungs. Unclench your jaw. Breathing in through the nose fully and deeply. Two more. Really expansive on the inhalation. As your breathing transitions back to its natural flow, feel free to release the fingers away from each other, just letting them soften, letting the shoulders relax, letting your jaw be unclenched. Taking your awareness inside. Notice how you're feeling. Just checking in with yourself. What are you experiencing? What does your body have to say? Bringing a smile to the face, just turning the corners of your mouth up. Notice how that feels. Just such a simple little gesture can have such a dramatic change. Our body is a divine gift. So many intricate and interesting aspects. Be kind to this vessel that houses your soul. Let those thoughts, words, and actions towards the body be from kindness, generosity, care, compassion. Notice how that feels. Our life's purpose is to find this state of peace and this state of joy, regardless of the outer circumstances. Know that you are well. You are healthy. You are strong. Look how far you've come. Honor that within you. Just encouraging you to bring your hands together in front of the body in prayer. As you move through the rest of this day and the days that follow, please be kind, be considerate towards yourself and towards others. When we foster that peace and that love for ourselves, it has a great impact on humanity. By bringing that love for self to the heart and into the world, we encourage others to do the same. So I encourage you to foster that love for yourself exactly as you are. You are not wrong and you are not bad. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. Good night, kids. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you all have a great, what day is it? Wednesday? I don't know. Thank you. Much love.